Moving onward to our next session, the vital connection, exploring the impact of customer experience and customer retention. Introducing our speaker, Ms. Anamika Chatterjee, Head of Customer Service, Retail Finance at Hero FinCorp. Ms. Chatterjee is a recognized leader with 15 years of experience in customer service, experience, and operations, focusing on fintech and BFSI. She excels in operation management, project management, client relations, vendor management, and grievance handling. A huge round of applause to Ms. Anamika Chatterjee.
Hello. Good afternoon. Namaste. I think everybody is tired by now. Okay. So I'm Anamika Chatterjee. I'm heading retail customer service in Hero FinCorp. I'm carrying an overall experience more than 15 years in BFSI domain. And experience is something which I eat, sleep, breathe, think, dream. That's what I can start with, right? And here I am in front of you guys to present my thoughts, my insights on one of the most sought after topics, customer experience and customer retention, and what is the correlation, or let's say the connection between both of these topics, subjects, phrases, words, whatever you want to talk about it, right? So I'll quickly brief you guys through this small presentation. It's very, very basic. I deliberately do it because I want entire focus to be on me and not on the presentation. So that's the gimmick that I'm trying to play with everybody. Very layman presentation. So we're trying to understand that how is it that we will be able to provide I would say amplified customer retention, increase revenue for our business, and not be called just as the cost center by any of the organization or by our management. We as customer experience leaders, we are playing a very, very important and vital role in defining this roadmap for our management. So that from a service perspective, they shift their focus, their ideology, their entire energy to become an experience center, and from an experience center, they create a delight center for the organization, and the end objective is met, which is offering a delight to the customer. What all will be involved in this journey, we'll slowly see through it. Okay. So let's start with understanding what service is. We all understand what customer service has been in our lives, right? So it's been more than 2 decades we've been talking about customer service. Very simply, we are, whenever the customer is there, trying to get any kind of product, any kind of service from any kind of service provider or any organization, customer service would be just a verbal or a written kind of interaction with the customer to provide some kind of assistance. You come to my desk, you order a pizza, I'll give you a pizza. That's service. You don't like the pizza, you complained about the pizza, okay, I don't like the taste, it has become soggy, you have not given enough mayonnaise or enough ingredients, whatever. I take note of it and I tell, okay, I'll escalate it to the respective department and they'll take care of it. I'm again providing you a service. That's very, very basic from what we understand as a service perspective. So over here I've highlighted this point, advise or assistant. So it stops there. There's nothing beyond that point. The second point that I'm trying to make over here is that customer service could be just helping a customer decide or choose a particular service or a product. So I'm calling, let's say, the bank helpline number, and I'm trying to ask that, okay, I have some kind of idle money which I want to invest, and they're trying to suggest me something. Okay, ma'am, you can do an RD, you can do an FD, do a sweep in FD, do some kind of mutual fund investment, book a ULIP plan. So they're kind of trying to sell me something, advise me something. That's it. They'll not go beyond that. If I tell them that, no, you know what, I'm not interested, I'll figure out something else with some other bank, they'll just say, okay, fine. Nothing more than what they're supposed to do at that point of time. Just trying to help me out, explain me the perks and benefits of their product or the service. But at the same time, it also happens that it will only be either a before or an after purchase kind of a thing. So I go to a mall to buy any kind of, let's say an outfit, let's say a shopper stop. I go there, I buy my apparels and I figure out that, okay, I have bought a formal pant which I need to get tapered. So I'll go to the customer service desk, I'll say that, okay, this is my fit, please put it accordingly to the size, and they'll do it. Nothing beyond. So what I'm trying to aim at is that service is only point-to-point interaction. Whatever I have taught you, told you as part of my script, as part of your verbiage, you will be doing only that. But it's more than 20 years, more than 2 decades that we have evolved as organization, we have evolved as service industry, we are operating in a very, very different ecosystem today. So today's service is no longer accepted by the customers. It's a straight no. You offer any customer just service, they'll say, okay, bye. And I'll not come back to you again, right? So the servicing has to end for all the organizations in whichever domain they are operating, whether it is real estate, whether it is FMCG, whether it is your investments, whether it is your airlines, whether it is sports. You cannot expect your organization to grow and earn revenue, amplify the revenue if you're only focusing on service. We are very clear about this, right? In addition to this, okay, I don't know where it is going, just a moment, my bad. Customer experience. So when I talked about service, I mentioned a couple of phrases. In experience, I've only given some icons. Now I would want any one of you to just help me understand or decipher what we're trying to say through this particular slide. Any one of you, just can attempt. Anybody? Whatever they understand from this slide, I've not put any words, any phrases here. Yes, ma'am. Customer emotions. Okay. Great. Yes. Teamwork. Great. Okay. I'm sorry? Stage of customer experience. So we talked about teamwork, we talked about emotions, customer emotions, and we talked about stage of the customer journey. Okay, 3 vital points. Okay, I'll just try to elaborate more from what I have been trying to depict over here. So here is my customer, the first picture, right? And I see that there are 3, 4 people who are passing on something from one person to the other person. So basically what we are trying to do, whenever the customer comes to my desk, it is not me as a customer service representative who is just facilitating the customer. I will need other people from other department to assist me complete that process. So this is like Sathi Haath Badhana, right? So I can't do that work all by my own to provide that service or to provide that experience to the customer. I will have to take support and, collaboration with other department, other stakeholders, and everybody will be united in giving that experience. This is my first depiction. Customer is coming to me, everybody is trying to achieve that same objective, common objective. The second one is that, again, very simple. Somebody from our audience said that this depicts teamwork. It's absolutely correct. And teamwork, why are we doing this teamwork? We are doing this teamwork so that we can create that experience for the customer as a team. So every organization has a customer service department. I'm over and over again saying service department, right? So we have a customer service department, we have a sales department, we have a, in BFSI, I would say I'm into lending, so we have a collection department. Sales would comprise of the business who's supposed to get business for the organization, okay? We also have a marketing department, so on and so forth. We also have finance, right? HR. All of these departments are within the same canopy, which is my organization. Let's take an example. So my customer is coming and saying that, okay, something has gone wrong with the product, any product, and I need a refund. What happens if my finance does not give me a go-ahead to process that amount? I'll not be able to process that refund amount to the customer. So finance unit, that wing is equally important in the process of issuing a refund to the customer. And why am I issuing a refund to the customer? Because my process says, and while doing so, I might be creating some kind of experience in the customer's mind. So every department is equally important. What happens if my business team who has inform the customer that, okay, I'll be giving you a loan at the rate of interest of, let's say, 12%, just a hypothetical number I'm taking, right? And what if the customer is given the loan at 15%? Very common example. A case of mis-selling, misrepresentation. So the customer will come crying to us, the customer service department again, and say, okay, somebody has lied to me. I was told X and I have been given the loan at Y. So please help me out. What if the sales department, the business department says, no, I did not say 15, I said 12. And customer is saying, no, I have been given it at 15. So it's a he versus the customer. I'm not able to reach a solution. Then I will have to take a go ahead of, again, maybe a finance or maybe the business head or the management to get an approval, to do a reversal, to go back again, to issue him a loan at a lesser rate of interest, if that is possible, tweak the processes. So when I tweak the processes, there is operations involved. When I tweak the process, there is a senior management team involved. When I tweak the process, there is a finance team involved. All of these teams are playing an important role. I can just facilitate the customer by telling my people that, okay, this is what the customer is looking for. But all of that decision making and tweaking of the process will go hand in hand. None of these departments can work in silos, and customer service will fail if these departments stop supporting customer service. So this representation is that first I'm trying to do some teamwork to give an outcome to the customer, and this teamwork will create an experience in the mind of the customer. Now that experience could be either a sad one or a very happy one. It depends on the organization, what are they trying to create, what are their processes, how their processes have been designed. I'm giving a refund to the customer, but the customer has been coming to me since last 3 months, crying his heart out that, okay, please give me a refund, this is justice, you're not doing justice to me, I'm writing on social media, I have written on LinkedIn, I'm going here and there. Then I'm giving him a refund. Do you think that he will give me a 5-star or he'll give me a recommendation that, okay, you know, you are a great organization, I asked for a refund and you gave me? In fact, even after getting a refund, he will be going and telling 10 other people that please don't take any product from them, because getting a refund from them is a nightmare. I'll quote a very decent example. I actually bought a couple of outfits from one of the online portal, and it happened to flash on my Insta profile. And I thought, okay, this is a known brand and I can see it on Myntra also. So let me buy it directly from them. The mistake that I did was that I bought directly from them. When I bought the same brand's outfit from Myntra and I returned it, I got an instant refund. But this brand is saying that I'm giving you a credit on your account for your next purchase. Now you tell me, what is beneficial to me? I tried out same brand from two different portals. One is from Myntra. Because Myntra has a refund policy which is very customer centric, it is making me happy. It is giving me an ease. It is giving me flexibility. Okay, I get my refund. I move on to my next purchase. But here I'm stuck with this brand. So now I have to again go and make some purchases on this brand's portal to ensure that my money is back or I'm utilizing whatever credit I have. So that's a forced purchase. I'm not very happy with their refund policy. Will I recommend this brand? Maybe yes, but I'll tell that please go through Myntra. Don't go directly through them. This is my experience, which happened just a week back, right? So it's all depending on the organization. Everybody wants to call themselves as experienced team, but they fail to understand that while creating an experience, you're not focusing on the processes. If the processes are not strong and centric towards the customer sentiment, as an organization, you'll be only servicing customers and not giving them an experience which they are looking forward to. Very small and a basic difference between a customer experience and service. So basically, service is taking care of just one part of the customer's request, whereas the experience is taking care of the entire journey of the customer with that organization, with that service provider. So if I am a customer of, let's say, an ICICI bank or an HDFC bank or an SBI bank, right? Whenever I interact with these bank bankers in a walk-in interaction, or let's say through their portal, or let's say through their mobile application, I will have an experience. And I will always have a feedback to share about it. Maybe I had a very great walk-in experience when I walked into the SBI branch. And I'll have a great feedback that please go to SBI and they are great people. They service you like anything. But if I am on any of the mobile application and they are bugging me with multiple OTPs, although it is for my security, but I feel it like an intrusion, right? That OTP ke baad OTP or OTP or OTP. So I put in my ID password, they say send me an OTP, okay. Then I go to fund transfer, they send me an OTP. I complete my fund transfer, before I press confirm, they again send me an OTP. After I transfer the money, they again send me an OTP. You have done this transaction before debiting, this is the OTP, okay. And when I do this, then I again get a call, madam, did you do a transfer of this amount? All of this is being done for the security of the customer, I don't deny it. My only concern is that we'll have to balance it out. You know, in the name of security and safety of the customer, you cannot be just intruding in the customer's life. I mean, you will have to strike a very fine balance between doing that with overdoing of things. Where you can manage with 2 OTPs, you're sending me 5 OTPs, that's not required. As a customer, I feel so, but has anybody taken my feedback? No. They don't even know that I'm talking about this bank. I'm not naming the bank, but I'm talking about this bank's mobile app experience in an open forum. They don't know about this because they've never taken my feedback. They think that I'm a great bank, we are a very, very big bank, and you know, we have millions and billions of customers in India, so kya zarurat hai? So another point which takes any organization's experience part down is that overconfidence, or let's say complacency. I am the largest PSU bank in the country. I am the largest food aggregator in the country. I am the number one, or let's say I am the unicorn in the investment industry in the digital world. So I don't have any competition and nobody can beat me. That is the moment you are with this thought, or any organization, any management is with this thought, you know, that is the day when you start falling apart. And in no time you will be beaten by another newcomer, newbie in the industry, and you'll not even figure out that what has happened to you. Somebody, I was just speaking to one of my friend day before yesterday. So he is a VC, okay, and he was trying to fund one of the fintechs which is in investment, and I'm aware about that fintech. So, and I know their founders. So we were just having a very quick chat about it. So they said that, you know, they are not very interested towards getting a funding, and that fintech is going down the trail, right? So I said, why? So they said that, okay, because the founders are saying that, you know, we are doing so well in the industry, we don't need a funding, and, you know, we have this plan and that plan. But on the hindsight, the reality is that their employees are trading because they don't have a future. You know, they cannot show the roadmap to the people. So they are not in the right sense where they know what they need to do. This is an offline conversation which we had, and that's what the outcome came out, that the founders are not even aware that what is happening beneath their nose. The employees are trading. They don't see a future with the organization. They don't have enough products. They don't have a tough competition. People, I mean, they were the unicorn, let's say some 7 years back in that industry. But today, 3 other players are topping the charts, and they are in number 4 and number 5. They're okay. So they are in some kind of la la land which they don't want to come out of, or let's say the bubble, you know. This is what takes any organization down. They're not even focusing on providing extra experience to the customer so that the customer comes back to them again and again, right? So having said all of this, where are we heading? Our main point, you know, why do we need to do so much of experience or focus on experience and leave service and excel towards creating an experience in the customer's mind? Because every positive experience that we are trying to create in the customer's mind, that will actually grow my repeat business. I am happy, I'll tell 10 more people, you know, please go to this. I am dissatisfied, so I'll definitely tell about this, the apparel brand which I got from Myntra and directly through them, that if you want to buy this, the products are good, go through Myntra. Don't go through the brand directly because they don't have a good refund policy. Your money will be stuck. Agar pasand nahi aaya, your money will be stuck as a credit note. So now you don't have a choice. So rather go from Myntra, right? So I am giving that repeat business to Myntra. I've talked about Myntra so many times in this forum, right? So I have nobody in Myntra. I don't have any of my friends working in Myntra. But I'm just saying that this is my experience. That's the reason I'm repeating this over and over again, right? It also allows upsells and cross sells, right? So if I'm trying to create a positive experience in the customer's mind, that customer will remember me as a brand or a service provider, and when I talk to that customer once again, maybe he will give that time to me and listen to me. So if I'm very fond of, let's say, SBI Bank, just an example, I'm very fond of their services and the line of products they're providing me, if they call me up, I'll not hang up. I'll at least try to listen to them at least for the first 30 seconds. And if they're able to engage me in the conversation, I'll give my 5 minutes also. And I'll try to listen what they're trying to pitch me because I've always had a great experience with this bank. Referrals. I just referred Myntra so many times. So it's very clear, right? And all of this will impact your revenue stream. It is an upward revenue stream. That's needless to say. Now, Deloitte, one of the companies which conducts surveys, I'm sure somebody would be here from Deloitte. I'm not so 62% of the customer service organization view customer experience as a major differentiator. That is the reason I talked about so many experiences that I had. I just talked about Myntra, I talked about SBI, that too into hypothetical examples. But why do we talk about our experiences? Because it does create some kind of emotion in our mind, either a positive or a negative. Positive emotion will definitely increase the revenue stream, give me a repeat customer value, increase my customer stickiness to that portal or to my platform or to that service provider's desk. So in all, this is one element, customer experience, which I will vouch for, which always gives a higher customer retention. The correlation is very simple. I do one thing correct and rest everything will fall in place. There is no second thought about it, right? So this will lead to my customer experience, and this customer experience will finally lead to my higher customer retention. I think I've said it all. Thank you so much.
Okay, we can take a question.
So great presentation, Anamika.
Thank
I'm
you.
Radhika here. I run my own brand strategy and digital marketing consulting firm after 2 decades of working in fashion and lifestyle and beauty and personal care industry as a marketing head for many brands. The question that I wanted to ask you was, and you clearly detailed the whole process of customer experience, how to and what to, and there's a gamut of many emotions that a customer will go through, or goes through, which makes up for the sum total of customer experience. What would be the top two emotions or resulting feelings that can ensure that you have a great customer experience and resultant loyalty or stickiness or whatever you want to call it?
So you
I
talk-
hope I was able to make clear what my
Yes,
question
you
is.
want to know two primary emotion. Emotion from the organization or the service provider, or how do you want
The
me to-
customers, the lasting impression, emotion, or feeling, however you want to describe it, which can lead to, because look, one can't chase everything. I want to give delight, I want to do 100 things, and 100 people qualify delight differently. For me, delight could be something else, for somebody else it could be something else. It's fairly subjective. What would be the top two emotions so that everybody has sort of a code to say, we need to chase these two emotions, that's it.
Right. Okay. So the first and foremost emotion for any customer experience unit would be empathy. No second thoughts to it, and I'll quickly give an example. I used to run a walk-in desk, the branch walk-in desk, and the HO walk-in desk used to have 2 boys, okay, who used to cater to all of these customers. I think I shared this example in one of my previous conferences also, but this is in the benefit of everybody. I just made a very small change in the way they are addressing the customer concerns, and I put in a female and a male colleague together, just to make a combination in a balanced manner. Now, many people would say that, okay, why did you put a female in a branch walk-in reception desk? Because most of the customers, they're very chaotic in nature, they are very aggressive, and when they're walking into the branch, they are in a certain mood. But what it did was that this female employee was able to add that empathy factor, that emotional factor in addressing that aggravated customer when he's walking down to the branch in tropical summers and in rainy conditions, or in severe winters, chilly winters, you know, because today we have so many channels to address the customer. We have a telephony channel, we have an email channel, we have social media. Why does the customer need to walk into the branch? Something which has not worked in his favor, something where he thought that I'm not able to understand the company, or the organization is not able to understand my pain point. Let me go to the branch and figure out the solution, right? So when this customer is, aggrieved customer is walking to my branch, this lady is actually able to pacify the customer through her emotional attribute. Now women are blessed with this emotional intellect, right? So I use this part of this human angle to address this critical problem, because every day we used to have so many escalations from the walk-in branch coming into me that, okay, this has happened and that has happened, and the customer is sitting in the branch till 8 o'clock at night and we need to address. The small angle of empathy added a lot of value in addressing this. So I would say that whenever I can't change the policy, I can't change the procedure. If the customer is adamant that I need the refund right now, I can't even do that because I have to go through so many procedures. But can I address his emotional intellect at that point of time? Can I offer him a glass of water, ask him to sit down, talk to him heart to heart, where he tells me his problem statement, madam, beti ki shadi karni hai, ye hai, this is a reality. You know, and at the end of the evening, when I gave that resolution, although it took a lot of time, at 9 o'clock when the customer was leaving, he's saying that, you know what, I am in this department of railway, aapko kabhi Vaishno Devi jana hai, to aap mere se ticket leke jana. Vis-a-vis, when he came at 11 o'clock in the afternoon, he was shouting. The entire journey transpired like this. So I want to say empathy is the most important factor which doesn't cost. I don't have to invest any amount, any OPEX, any CAPEX towards getting this empathy. This is all human driven, and machines can't do that. That is the reason we need people in customer experience team. So first emotion is empathy, and second is, you know, you have to be the advocate of the customer. We as customer experience team, we have to be the advocate of the customer. Why? Because we face so much of heat from business team, collection team, finance team, our management saying that this cannot be done, that cannot be done, you're always, so very classic example, the business team will say that, okay, I have disbursement of 5 lakh every month, 5 lakh ke loan ja rahe, ab 2 customer ke liye aap ladne aa rahe ho, but I will still fight for that 2 customer because they don't have anybody. They are coming to a court. If I don't be the advocate for those customers, who else will? So I think I would be propagating these two emotions. One is the empathy, which again comes from me as human. Second is being the advocate of the customer, which again comes from me as a human.
Great answer and great takeaways. Thank you so much, Anamika.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. If we have any further Q&A, I request to please encourage it in the networking break. Thanks a lot, Ms. Anamika Chatterjee, for sharing your thoughts. To do the honors, I request Mr. Rajneesh Virmani, CIO Advisor at Zoom, to please join us on the dais.
Thank you.
Thank you.